So this next short tutorial, I'm going to show you how to fault find a float switch issue. Now there are two float switches, one in the makeup tank and one in the ink tank. They are different float switches, however the process for diagnosing, replacing, cleaning is identical. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you in the makeup tank this process. What you will need for this is a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the smart fill cup, and also the cleaner, same base as you're using for the printer, a beaker, and then the PPE equipment, so your safety glasses and latex gloves. So I'm going to go ahead and first of all put my working platform under, and then I'm going to remove the 3 screws that hold the smart fill cup in place. So once you have those 3 screws out, the whole assembly will just lift out, and we can lay that across the front of the printer. So once the smart fill cup is out, we can slide out the makeup tank, and we have full access now to the float switch. Okay, this is the part here, cable running to it that runs to the front of the printer. So this whole assembly here will just lift out like that. Very easy. And you can see here now we have the float switches. Okay, and very simply, when the ink gets below this one, this gives you a signal. Here, if it's up, then it's going to be in the full place. When it's down, it's going to give you an ink low warning. This is ink out or makeup out, and then this is full. So now if we look at the front screen, we will actually see what's happening. Now sometimes, more specifically on the ink tank, the float switch may stick in the up position and give a false reading. So very easily just clean around the metal tube here and make sure that everything's clean, and make sure the float switch is free from moving up and down. So let me show you now what happens on the front screen. So I have the float switch out right now for the makeup, and I've turned it upside down, so all the float switches are at the highest point. So as you can see now, we've got a makeup high. It does take a couple of minutes for it to register, but what we can do now is we can actually start moving these three float switches. So I'm moving the top one now off of the high position, and I've moved it down now to the low position. So the other 2 are in the high, but the top float switch is in the low position. So this should give a normal ink warning now, or a ink level. And it does take a couple of minutes for the float switch to register and record to the printer. So now we can see it says makeup is full, which is a good position to be in. So now I'm going to go into the middle float switch, and I'm going to move that one low now. So this is going to now read a makeup level of half a tank. So there it goes. We've got makeup is good, and it's showing now just half a tank. So now the final test is the bottom one, and I'm going to now put all 3 float switches in the lower position, in the down position, and we'll see it go to makeup out. There you go. So now it's switched over, makeup low, fault code 110003, and it's saying that the makeup is now low and we need to add a bottle of makeup. So I'm happy that all those 3 switches are working properly. We've completed the test. We can do the same test for the ink levels switches and make sure they're all clean, free moving, and giving the correct signals like I've just done there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one back into the makeup tank and get the machine ready to go. So refitting the float switch is the exact opposite of taking it out. So I'm going to go ahead and take the float switch. We've tested each one of these float switches. We're going to go ahead and push this back into the makeup tank. Just a tip here, if this is tight to get in, just spray a little bit of cleaner around on these seals and it will push in nice and easy. This one goes in pretty easy. So once that's in, I'm going to now slide this in place, making sure we don't trap any cables. And then with that in place, now we can go ahead and put the smart fill cup back in place. And tighten down the 3 screws. Then once the 3 screws are in place, we can then put the cap back on, the smart fill cap, put the back cover on, and away we're ready to run in production again.